Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us at Virtual Storytime. This is a very special story time today because I'm here with San Marino Police Chief John Incontro.
Hi, Irene. How are you?
I'm
And hello,
well.
friends. How are you?
Hey, Chief Incontro. Now we're going to sing our Hello Friends song, which is the tune of Good Night Ladies. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello.
Hello, friends. As Irene said, I'm John. I'm your police chief. And just a little bit about myself. I've been a police officer for a long, long time, probably older than some of your parents, 42 years. I've ridden a horse for several years. I've been flying around in a helicopter. I've got to drive fast. I've got to chase people, and I've got to put bad guys in jail. But I've also been able to help a lot of boys and girls like yourselves. I've made sure that they're safe and that their parents are safe and that their whole world is safe. And that's the best part of being a police officer. So today I'm going to read a book called Mother Bruce. And it's about this big, mean bear that suddenly has a whole bunch of new friends that just won't leave him alone. So we're going to read Mother Bruce. And this is the book. So if you want to see it at the library, ask your favorite librarian to find it for you. So let's go ahead and start. So here's a big picture of Bruce. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. We all know those grumpy guys, like your dad does when he gets home from work. He's not real happy. Or as your mom when she catches you doing something you shouldn't do. He did not like the rain. He did not like sunny days. He did not like cute little animals. What a beautiful little bunny that is. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Pokes his head into a little hole in a tree and says, "Good morning, Mrs. Sparrow." And off he goes with the sparrow eggs. But Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes from the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs, drizzled with honey, salmon, and salmon sauce. Wow, that sounds pretty good. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from the local beehive. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. And while he's there, he says, "Are these eggs free range and organic?" Apparently she wasn't too happy about that. At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hand boiling. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. It was a fire, and he had to make sure he put the fire out before he made the eggs. He went out and got some more wood, and to his surprise, as he walked in with the wood, "Mama!" Mama. Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. You can see them right there. Those are not hard-boiled eggs. He supposed he could settle for burned goslings on toast, but for some reason, he just lost his appetite. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest. While he's at the nest, says, I will have to ask Mrs. Goose about her return policy. Goes back to the nest, and there's a note from Mrs. Goose that says, be back in April, Mrs. Goose. She left and flew south early. Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. So they're by themselves in their nest. But suddenly he was followed. And the goslings, Mama, Mama. Bruce was very stern and he said things like, go away. And I am not your mommy. And also, I liked you better when you were eggs. Roar! Bruce yelled. Bruce could take it no longer and became extra grumpy with them. And there's the sad goslings. They're wondering, why is Mama yelling? It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. So Bruce is stomping off, and just as he stomps, so the goslings stomp. Bruce was stuck with him. Looking at him, sitting on top of him, what is he going to do? He tried to make the best of it. He put on his floaties and his flippers and thought he'd go for a swim with the goslings. It was hard work. He painted with them. He carried them around. He had to feed them. And they are not happy with their food. Well, that tired out old Bruce, and all of the goslings and Bruce took a nap on a tree. And here are the annoying little geese. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. Suddenly, they're becoming older and they're teenagers. And then they are adult geese. One fall afternoon, he saw other geese families flying around, and they always fly in a V. Finally, he'd be rid of these geese, and he could take a long winter's nap. So he stood out in the field, flapped his arms like good little geese should know how to do, and he explained how to fly. And he explained about migration. Apparently, they don't want to leave. And they didn't listen to him. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. So he put flying goggles and helmets on all the geese, put them in a rubber band, and thought, I'll launch them into the air and they'll figure it out. That didn't work. Nothing worked. He put them in his remote control planes. They came back. The geese would not leave Bruce. What's a Bruce going to do? So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus. There's all their bags, and they all have little bags. and he migrated with the geese to Miami. Bruce is happily snoring. They're sleeping. They're playing and making sand castles, and they're playing in the water. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about the beach in tacky Hawaiian shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade, yum, while Bruce dreams of new recipes that don't hatch. So all of a sudden, one of his favorite little geese is sitting there, and lo and behold, a turtle comes out of the ocean and says, "Mama?" Thank you very much for letting me read to all of you.
All right, friends, now we're going to sing a song about a superhero, and it's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. And it goes like this. I'm a superhero with my star. I help people near and far. If you have a problem, call on me. I will be there 1, 2, 3. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here today. We're going to finish up today by singing the song Goodbye Friends, which is once again to the tune of Goodnight Ladies. And here we go. Goodbye friends, goodbye friends, goodbye friends. It's time to say goodbye.